Hi everyone, this is Ekaterina, and this week we are finally starting the last unit in the Level 2 Certificate in Counseling Skills. So it is unit number 4, and we'll be talking about our motivations, values, beliefs, also what sort of support counselors may have when they're already taking care of clients, and finally, why is it so important for us to receive feedback, whether when we're students or whether we're already seeing clients. And for those who are new to my channel, just to let you know, I am a bit behind with my recordings because I moved houses a few months ago. So technically today I will be having my very last lesson in college this evening. So it's kind of a farewell lesson as we've finished all our assignments, and even though I haven't yet received my marks, I hope they're all right. So I will be finishing college classes as of today. However, I will be catching up with the videos I've missed in June, and later on there will be another video also to explain what is going to happen next and how I'm going to progress with my studies. So please continue following this channel. And today, as I said, I will be talking about our motivations. Now, you might wonder why we are talking about motivations in Unit 4 rather than Unit 1 when we've just started this course. And in fact, in our very first lesson, all the students were asked to share their kind of wishes, what they wanted to learn from this course, and also the reasons why did they join this particular class, the Level 2 Certificate in Counseling Skills. And certainly at that time, the most common reason for doing this course was our wish to help other people. So including myself, we wanted to be able to support our friends better, and also some of us were interested in acquiring an additional career. Again, I'm considering doing level 3, then level 4, level 5 to become a fully qualified counselor. There were also people who currently work with young children or just work in schools, and they felt like it would really help them to become better at listening and developing empathy so that they could deal with difficult situations in their working environment. And finally, we had also some people who were just interested in becoming better listeners and better at communicating and understanding others. So definitely people came from very different backgrounds and had different reasons and sort of wishes what to learn from this course. Nonetheless, again, in Unit 4, we were asked the same exact question. Tell us, what is your motivation to be a counselor? And funnily enough, some of the answers have changed, or perhaps funnily is not the best word, but it was more interesting to hear that many of the answers have changed. And it's because throughout the study we have learned so much about ourselves, our own views on this world, some of the skills we had and some of the limitations we had. And it was all from, listening to all those different stories that other students have shared, participating in practical sessions, and just through self-development and self-reflection. So in some of the cases, we had few students who decided that this particular path was perhaps not for them, so they've decided not to progress with their studies. We had few students who had to leave the course for various personal reasons, even though they've regretted it greatly. And we also had students who came just to learn, skills like better listening, but enjoyed the course so much that they're actually now thinking to continue the studies. And I would say in my case, I was just much better in almost bullet pointing my main motivation for becoming a counselor. And what I understood is that I had quite deep need to be able to help somebody. And that in a way is linked to many reasons. However, I would say one of the primary one is that last year, sadly, I've lost my father. And it was not linked to COVID, even though it did happen during the COVID period, in one of the kind of really strict periods when everyone was in lockdown. And unfortunately, my father passed away due to lung cancer, and I very much wish that his last days were different to what they were, because he was by himself in the hospital. There were really strict restrictions on family visits, and also I couldn't easily fly to Estonia to actually see him. So for a number of reasons, as I said, unfortunately his last few days were not as great as I would very much wish for it. And I think from that, it kind of stayed with me, that feeling that I was not able to help him, to support him in that really important period of time. And in a way, I would say with counseling, I hope that I could one day support somebody. Now, I don't think that this feeling will just go away after a few years, and certainly the experience of losing a family member is a powerful one. So again, in the future, if I had a client who went through a similar experience, I think I'll be quite good at supporting them, because also in my case, I use counseling in order to go through this experience and maybe let go of some of the regrets, even though it might not sound like this right now, but I think it did just show me how powerful counseling can be when people are going through difficult times. And again, if one day I could do the same for even just one more person, that will be amazing, and I think completely, worth all the hours, all the time spent studying for this course. And that actually brings me to the next topic I want to discuss, because I've received an interesting question from one of the viewers in one of the comments, and as always, I'm very thankful for people when they share their thoughts or their experience, or ask questions. And this person particularly asked me if this course was worth it. Now, I know that this question can be interpreted in many ways. However, I'll just try to share my thoughts and hopefully answer this question. So, first of all, I think it's important to understand that this course should not be taken lightly. Even though I've chosen to do this course over a period of time of 4 years, so I'm doing it quite slowly by going to college, and I've chosen it on purpose this way because I can do it alongside my full-time job, and it also gives me time to really reflect on my improvement in the counseling skills, and also change some of the habits I have when it comes to listening or talking to people. However, at the same time, you can't become fully qualified counselor faster. So if you would like to change career faster, as I said, there's multiple online courses you can take, and perhaps you could do it even maybe in a matter of 2 years or so. I won't be able to answer this correctly, as I've never really looked into that option. However, you still need to do placement, you still need to do a lot of reading and assignments, so it's not a quick course to do. It starts quite nicely and comfortably in level 2, level 3, but with every year it goes deeper and there's more time that you need to dedicate to this course. But most importantly, you have to remember that I think with counseling you can do as much damage as you can do good. So it's not just about learning all the skills, but really knowing how to apply them to every individual client's needs. Hence why, again, I thought for me, it's better if I take it slowly. And for anyone else who is thinking of becoming a counselor, certainly you have to assess your motivation, how much time you have to complete the studies, and whether you actually want to help people and you're ready to help people, because listening to all those stories and difficulties that people can have in their lives is also quite not easy. And I will be covering in the future videos a topic about the support that the counselors might need. So for those who might be concerned about the fact that yes, you are spending a lot of time with clients that pretty much will come to tell you about the negativities in their lives and how to handle it, you might find the video about the support for the counselors quite interesting. So there's a lot of time and energy you'll have to invest in this course. Now, what do you get out of this course? Obviously, you will be able to help people if that's something you really wish to do. I think there's also, for some people, motivation can be money if they're specifically looking into changing their career. And I know that in UK, people generally don't like to talk about salaries. They prefer to talk about other motivations, projects, good team, and promotions. However, in the end of the day, I haven't yet seen that many people who kind of met all those criteria, but then had very low salary and were still completely fine with their situation. So I do think that people should be truthful, and if money is one of your motivations, then certainly you should also have a look at the average income the counselors can have and whether that is meeting your sort of like lifestyle or your family demands. Because everyone is different, but I think currently in UK you can be earning up until 40,000-50,000 annually. Again, it depends on your qualifications, whether you have any specific additional kind of skills you acquired or whether you've gone further and got bachelor's degree or master's or PhD. Obviously your salary will highly depend on that. But finally, I think the most important thing about is this course worth it? Is the fact that you acquire so many skills that you can use every single day in your own personal life. I think this is the main benefit of this course, and this is why I would highly suggest for everyone to do this course, at least level 2, maybe in just counseling or listening skills, because I've learned so much more, and I think I'm becoming better at listening to other people. And not just listening, but hearing what they're saying, understanding where they're coming from, and also understanding myself and why sometimes I react in a particular way or why people get triggered by particular topics. And it is very interesting actually to learn all those things. It's kind of like a light bulb moment when you have a conversation and somebody is really irritated and suddenly you just understand why, what has happened, what has triggered them to feel that way, to respond that way. And this is certainly one of the things I'm learning in this course. I already had a few such moments of realization and they were actually really powerful, but I hope to learn more. And this is why I would say this course is certainly worth it. Like, it's worth every penny, every minute, every hour, and every recording and editing video as well, because you learn so much more than just what you think you will be using for your future possible career. So I hope I answered this question, and I would love to hear what that viewer thought about this answer, if they don't mind answering in the comments. So as always, thank you very much for your attention, and next week I'll be talking about our values and beliefs, how they overlap and obviously what's the difference. And I think you'll find this interesting because it also will explain to you how sometimes we can overreact to things because our core values are being challenged. And certainly that's something I experienced myself, so I'll try to share an example as well in the video. But look forward to it because it's something, again, that people don't often discuss maybe in their everyday life, but it's very insightful to really sit down and spend some time thinking, what are your core values? So for now, once again, thank you very much for your attention. Please remember to like the videos if you enjoyed them, leave your comments, follow this channel if you haven't done so already, and as always, take good care of yourself. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.